Second to that, anybody who's new, please try and see if you can, if you have available the 2 blocks, the belt and the blanket. Yeah, we might need them all today, we might not, but just generally in my classes, I do like to use these props. 2 blocks, a belt and a blanket. And with all that said, let's start. Sit in a comfortable position. This is my comfortable position. You might have a different comfortable position, but whichever it is, you're going to try and get the hips above the knees so that we're actually free. Yeah, the spine is free and we're not like scrunching into a position. So once you got your position, maybe let's just close our eyes and have a few minutes or a few moments to arrive at the practice. Use this moment to calm the mind, become aware of the body. Maybe pay attention on the breathing, maybe on the heart, whatever your anchor point is for awareness, self-awareness. Arriving at the mat, arriving at this time on Sunday morning. And at this point, you wish you can use this moment to also dedicate the practice to anything or anyone we might want to help outside ourselves, or even our own selves if we're struggling with something. Let's dedicate this hour to a higher cause or ourselves. And then with that done, we open our eyes. We're going to start today with very gentle rotation. So let's just start warming up the spine. And by actually pivoting on the root of the spine, let's just rotate from there. Yes, we're going to rotate from the base of the spine. So if you notice, the rest of my spine is quite stiff. Everything is stiff, apart from at the bottom. And we'll try and accentuate that spinning. Actually now spinning also around the center of the spine. I know it's very difficult to sometimes envision this, but that's why we do it, trying to become awareness, self-awareness. And then I'm going to try and just rotate the whole spine as if we had, I don't know, some kind of toy that just spindles around a point. So just try and find your broadest rotation of your spine, which is a nice way to warm it all up from top to bottom, side to side, front to back. And then we slow down this spinning, come back to the center, and then we'll start in the other direction again. Let's just try and imagine that we're just first rotating at the base, then we start adding more bendiness, maybe from the middle of the spine, and then right to the top, to the shoulders, without just using the spine or the shoulders. Just a nice way to loosen up, warm up, and then coming back to the center, we stop spinning. And now we're going to do cat-cow sitting down. So just release the hands so that we can actually slide them forward as we do a cat, and we just curl our spine, chin to chest, bringing the hips forward, and then breathing in, opening the chest, taking the tummy out and rolling the hips forward. Breathing out, cat. Breathing in, cow. Breathing out, cat. Breathing in, cow. Do 2 more on your own, in your own pace, with your own breathing. Also be happy or try closing your eyes in some of the exercises, because that brings you inwards. We do enough outward looking. Let's try and do some inward looking. Okay, and that was more than 2, that was more like 3. Back to neutral, left hand on the left side of the body, and we bend to the left. Breathing out, as we go deeper into that side bends. Breathing in, arms up. Stretch the shoulders up to the sky. Fill up the lungs. Right hand, right side, and we breathe out as we bend to the right. Another full lung in breath. Arms up, arms to the left, and we breathe out, bending to the left. Last time to the right, breathing in, filling up the lungs, really filling up the lungs, part of the exercise. And then bring out slowly, right hand, right side, and we bend to the right. Breathing in, both arms up. Right hand, right knee, we twist to the left. Sorry, right hand, left knee, we twist to the left. Breathing in, arms up. Left hand, right knee this time, and we twist to the right. One more time on the left, breathing in, arms up. Right hand, left knee, we twist to the left. And do exaggerated breathing. I mean, you probably hear me through this mic, breathing very heavily, breathing in. And breathing out to the right. And it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing to really exaggerate the breathing, coming back to the middle and let the body express. Yeah, we don't do that often enough, apart from maybe singing in the shower. Okay, with that done, let's just do a little bit of flossing. We got a big nerve coming the same way as we got the sciatica by going through the hips. We also have a big nerve coming through the collarbones and stuff here. And sometimes it gets jammed. You know, when you turn your arm very far back, you get a tingling. Well, that's what that one is. So it's also good to floss the nerves. So left arm stretching to the left, right arm just kind of scratching the back of the head, and then we go to the other side. I'm not going to do any breathing just to not complicate matters. So right hand stretches to the right, left hand scratches the back of the head here, and we do this a few times. You can add the breathing out as you stretch out both arms away from each other, breathing in the middle, breathing out to the left. Just really stretch. This is a way of moving the nerve through the, you know, all that amount of matter there. Just continue doing it while I speak. The nerve has to go through, you know, a few cavities of muscles and tendons and bones and all kinds of things. We might not notice it so much here, but in sciatica, many people get sciatica problems, and it's because you just get stuck from lack of movement. Okay, 2 more times to the right. 1 more time to the left. 1 more time to the right. 1 more time to the left. Okay. It's a little bit of tingling there because we're actually moving that nerve around. Okay, let's get off our butt. Go onto our all fours. And from there here, we're going to do the same as we did for the arms. We're going to do it for the sciatica here that goes through the middle, and it's better to keep it floss, to keep it moving. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to do a cow, which is with the tummy down, chin up, and the hips rolled backwards, and we go towards our heels. And then we roll our shoulders forward onto a cat pose, and then we move forward, chin to chest, rolling the hips forward and lifting the toes up or the feet up. Breathe out, cow back, cat forward. Let's do this 3 times. Cow back, chin forward, hips down. Cat forward, rolling the spine, lifting the feet up. 2 more times. You can add the breathing if you can put all that together. I know the first time it's a little bit complicated, or just we're not used to coordinating so much. And as you can see, I struggle with this thing, and I've done it quite a few times. 2 more times. But what you should be feeling is that we're stretching the area around the leg and the hips in such a way Hopefully the nerve that goes all the way up is actually being moved through the back of the leg. Okay, we'll come back to neutral. Do that a few times, and maybe the next time you'll find it easier. Right, from here, we're gonna go on to some more warming up, and now we're gonna warm up the arms as well. So we're gonna go from here, leaning forward. Leaning forward is also gonna do nice work on the wrist until you put your nose on the ground in front of you, and then just draw a nose line on the mat all the way back until you're actually in child pose. So coming up, breathing in, breathing out, nose right ahead of you on the mat, and then just draw that line with the nose all the way on the ground. Right, this is a way of explaining it. There's a lot of muscle work going on by just trying to draw that line with the nose on the ground. Breathing out. Let's do 3 more. Just try and do what you can and put the body in stress, which is how we make it create cells and everything. Breathe out. The ground in front of you. Breathe out. Draw that line on the mat. 2 more. And the last one. And stay in child pose there when you finish. Little gentle warm up for the shoulders, the arms, and a little bit of the hips. So after 2 breaths, we're going to do 1 more variation. If it's in your practice, if you feel you got a nice strong core, maybe if you doesn't train, we're going to do it with from plank pose, yeah? So either the same as you did before, or those who want the challenge, we go forward from the plank, chaturanga, nose to the ground, and then as you come back, okay, put the knees down, otherwise it just gets impossibly hard, or you can try. So from plank, nose to ground, and then draw that line on the ground. 3 more times. Plank, nose to the ground, and draw that line. Plank, nose to the ground, and draw that line. We're also strengthening the arms here. Some people think it's a little bit of not much like yoga. I'm breathing out. But we do need to do lots of strength work. Okay, we finished with that. Yoga is also strength, and strength is also health, and health is also longevity. So I think strength work is also very good for us. Okay, now, anybody who got fed up with strength work, we're going to do stretch work, which is going to be the shoulders. So elbows on the ground. This is one of my least favorite poses because of the work on the shoulders. It's dolphin pose. From this position, elbows on the ground, knees on the ground, we're going to actually lift our knees up and come to a dolphin pose, which is like a downward dog, but on your elbows. And then just try and get your shoulders between you, or your head between your shoulders, which actually creates a big stress, which is good. In the right places for the shoulders. Dolphin pose. Maybe bring your feet closer if you feel you're not feeling enough. Take the head between the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Come back to your heels. Maybe at this point, move your shoulders. Okay, so what we're doing is a very big stretch on the shoulders as we take the elbows up here. And that's what I hope everybody's feeling. If you're not feeling it, then you need to get closer with your feet and lift your coccyx further up. We're going to do 1 more variation of this. Loosen up the shoulders. And then we stand up. So today we don't have too much on the floor. So let's do variation 2, in which case we're going to also try and lift 1 leg up to the sky. So three-legged dolphin, if you see what I mean. So arms down. And again, you've got to be the best judge of your body. Yeah? If the body's saying no and you're going to damage it, and you're the one that must pull out, yeah? So shoulders on the ground, elbows on the ground, and we come up. And as I was saying, if you're not feeling enough, then you have to come further forward. If you're feeling too much, then you got to go further back. But then find your sweet spot there, where your shoulders are working hard, and then you take the right leg up. Right up to the sky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that right leg. Left hand to the ground, left leg up to the sky. Head between the shoulders. 3, 2, and both feet, legs down, and then we release. Once again, we just gently scutter back, go on our heels, and release those shoulders. And we should be relatively warm by now. And let's stand up. Got a fan here, which helps me. Right, we're going to do a triangle pose. We're going to do it in a slightly different variation today, so that we can accentuate what the triangle pose hopefully feels like. Yeah, normally we do a triangle pose up here. Today we're going to do it much shorter, like 60 centimeters or 2 feet or whatever, just something that feels short. And then normally we do the triangle pose. Now, if you have a block, have it ready, because normally we go to a full triangle pose. It's nice to have a block, but we're not going to use it for this first. So it's a short triangle pose. So we're going to lean forward and put the hand on the shin. Now, because we're so short, we're not going to be trying to do this all the way down to the ground, because we're just very close legged. So now we have to put the hand on the shin. Now, try not to put weight there. We don't really want to press the knee joint against its natural movement. So hand there, just touching, and then shoulder to the left. Okay, this is a non-classical triangle pose, but it should help you because now everything is accentuated. Now my hips are actually looking at the floor there because it's just really difficult to do. So this is why doing it this way, now I'm going to actually really make an effort to bring that hip forward, and you can see that my torso is lifting up. And that's because we're just in a very close position. But I want to try and see if we can feel that hip moving, facing forward in that direction rather than down, and the same with the chest. And then look where my hand is. It's got to be nearly at the knee level, which is okay, because most of us are trying to get to the ground, but it's not where you can reach, it's what the body's doing. So now I'm going to open my chest, open tipping the hips forward, and then just enjoy that short variation of a triangle pose. 3, loosen the neck. 2, open the chest, arms away from each other, and then release as you come to the center of gravity and stand up. And then we're going to do the full variation. You will feel the difference, yeah? So a short triangle stand, left foot facing forward, the other foot facing whatever 60 degrees, and then tipping forward and then putting the hand on the top of the shin. Now we normally think, oh, this is great, I look really good, I feel really good, but really my hips is pointing to the floor. So I'm going to bring the hips, opening the hips, which lifts my whole torso up, and that's fine, and open the chest. And then from there, open to the side. So the hips are facing kind of as forward as we can. Okay, it's impossible to put it right to the side, but as forward towards the camera as you can. Then just breathe. 2 more breaths. Open the chest and release to the center. It really is. I discovered this one this week. I do some training online with other teachers, and yeah, crazy stuff that people make up. Okay, now we're going to do the full triangle pose. So as a full, nice, broad opening. Now it just feels everything is more settled, more grounded, because this is the natural position. And then from there, sort of tip your torso forward as if you're going to touch something on the wall there, and then just rotate down. This time I'm going to have my hand on nearly the ankle, and then now remember opening the hips and opening the chest. And if you're up here, that's okay again. Just be where the body lets you in order to get a nice broad opened triangle pose. So remember where the hips are pointing. Remember the chest should really be pointing sideways. We've got no excuse for the chest not to be able to point sideways, and then open up. 3, move those hands away from each other. 2, telescope the legs into the ground, as in like opening everything up. 1, and release. Other side. Nice broad natural step here. Lifting the whole torso up, tilting to the left, try and touch something on the ground there, and then tilt. Hands wherever it goes, and then again, hips open and chest opens. Hands away from each other, stretch. Feel those legs coming off as it were, telescoping out. 2, opening the chest. 1, hip to the side. And release. Okay, so now we should be feeling like a little bit spangled, and that's good. Now side angle pose is similar, but this time we're going to actually bend the right leg right to a nice deep angle there. Then I'm going to put my hand on the inside of the right foot, or the block in my case, because I've got short arms. No, it just makes me more comfortable. And then either with the hand or with the fist, again, we're going to now open to the side, bringing the hip to the side. I'm going to use the elbow to push that knee gently away so that I can actually open the chest. And once again, arm up. Just a stretch. Just a beautiful, and this is a classic yoga stretch, so maybe you can take a picture of this one and put it on your Instagram. I'm joking, but it's a classic. Open the chest, pushing the elbows into the knee. Maybe go deeper into the pose if you can. 3, 2, and release by coming to the middle of center of gravity. And the other side. Bend the leg. So we just have a lunge. My hand on the inside of the left foot. I use a block there, the fist or the hand, and then just open with the hip, leading with the hip, then the chest, and then up to the sky. Five, 4, 3, open the chest, hands away from each other, hip to the front. 2, leaning into the lunge, and release. Okay. Great. Let's kind of soothe this beginning of a class, which has been quite strenuous, with a gentle sun salutation. It's 6 breaths, yeah? If you want to do it in concordance with your breathing, it's 6 breaths, yeah? Some of you have done it, so hopefully we'll just flow through it. The ones that haven't done it, just try your best. That's all we can do. I'll try and give instructions for the first time, and the second time maybe we'll do it more flowy. So standing at the edge of the mat in a Tadasana pose of some sort, just standing proud. Take a moment to just come into yourselves. Use this moment to look inwards again. And then on the in-breath, arms up, breathe in. Swan dive down for the out breath, forward fold. Breathing in, half fold, stretch the spine parallel to the ground. And now breathe out, hands on the ground, feet back to a plank, and still in the same breath, chaturanga down to the ground until your nose touches the ground. Breathe in, rolling that nose up to a cobra. Breathing out to a downward dog. Breathing in, step forward, both legs, half fold. Breathing out, full fold. Breathing in, coming out, little micro bend of the knees to protect the spine, arms up. Breathing out, prayer pose, Anjali Mudra, and have a rest. 1 second time, yes? Maybe if you've done it before and you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, swan dive. Breathe in, half fold. Breathe out, jump, step back, nose to the ground, chaturanga. Breathing in, cobra or upward dog. Breathing out, downward dog. Breathing in, step or jump forward, half fold. Breathing out, full fold. Breathing in, arms up, Uttanasana. Breathing out, Anjali Mudra, and rest. Third time, those who know it, just do it in your own count. Those who don't, I'll give you the basic cues, but we'll try and keep it real. If you do something else, it's okay, yes? Just a very inward version as the last one. Closing the eyes, everyone. Start at your own rhythm, or some of you will follow me. Breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, forward fold. Half fold. Hands down, plank, chaturanga. Cobra, upward dog. Downward dog. Stepping forward, half fold. Full fold. Straightening up, Uttanasana. Anjali Mudra, prayer pose, and just take a few breaths here. And we come out. Okay, nice little sort of smooth breaking of the tempo for the class there. And it's nice to do a little flow from time to time. Okay, let's continue with some stretches. We're going to do a curtsy pose. This is one that we haven't done for a long time. So left foot in front of you. Let me move the camera a little bit because otherwise you might not see my feet. Left foot forward, sort of 45 degrees, and the back foot behind, as if you could do a curtsy. You could imagine you're in front of the king or the queen or somebody you adore. So back foot is actually on the toes behind. So this is the curtsy, yeah? And now it is an actual yoga pose. So just take it as a yoga pose and then just lean into the left leg. Now, obviously this foot is at an angle and the knee is at an angle, and you could do some funny things here. So try and, if it feels bad, then obviously don't do it, but try and do it in such a way that the knee is following the foot. And that's that way we should have a safe, protected knee. And then just coming down. Okay, so we're going to do a lot of work here on the left, on the front leg. Got the back leg also working. And then just like open the chest, lean back, and just hold a curtsy here. If you want to now, you can take your arms up behind and do a full-fledged curtsy, maybe to your own self. Praise yourself. Back to the center, and we come out. And we change feet. So the front leg is about 30 degrees, maybe not too much. Just make sure that your knee can follow. The back leg is in line with the toes coming up, just like a curtsy, like you see in the cartoons, I guess. And then from there, we curtsy into it. Yeah, different muscles working. Side of the quads here, side of the calves. It's an asymmetric stretch that we're doing here. And then from there, you can curtsy forward, maybe to your own higher self, or to your adored one. Arms back to the middle, and we come up. Ooh, that feels like a lot of work. Simple pose, a lot of work there. Okay, I'll save that one for another day. Let's move on to some balance poses. You know how much we love our balance poses. Opening the toes, remember? Stepping those toes or that foot on the ground. See if you can open in such a way that you can see the color of your mat through each gap of the toes. That's just a side thing, okay? And then from there, engaging the kneecap, left hip, core, and right leg up. Right knee up. From there on the out breath, we're going to tilt forward and bring that left foot behind to a warrior 3, sorry, warrior 2. Heel out, and then back to the front. Warrior 3, I meant, of course. Let's do one more time. Heel back. Warrior, well, variation of a warrior 3, kicking that heel behind you. Coming back to the middle, to the front. I'm going to do one last time. Maybe this time, those who want the challenge can take your arms forward to do the classic warrior 3 pose. Arms right in front of you. Right heel right to the back, left leg straight, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the middle and release. Maybe wobble. We will wobble your hips. And we'll do the other side. Again, opening the toes. See if you can see the mat in between each toe. Just a little exercise to keep the toes or the feet or the working always, especially if we're on the mat, yeah, with barefooted. So from there, weight on the right leg, kneecap engaged, core, hip and core, left knee up. You move away from the wall here. And then hands on hips, or maybe if you prefer an Anjali Mudra prayer pose, left heel to the back. Legs in the foot and coming back forward. Let's do it again. Tilting forward, left heel back, stretch, right leg also strong. That's a practice for the next one, which is the full warrior 3. Kicking the left foot back, stretching the arms forward if that's in your practice. And then just stretch everything. Right leg really strong, left heel to the back, arms forward, 5, 4, 3, 2, open the chest, hands to hips, knee forward and release. Second variation. Okay, so we start with the right leg, no, the left leg. Left leg on the ground, again, open the toes. Let's see those duck feet. And then strong standing leg, knee up. And then from there, we're gonna take it back. Okay, this time We don't need to straighten it too much because what we're going to do is pulses from here. Arms out, breathe in, stretch, open the chest. Breathe out, hands and feet towards the foot on the ground. Breathe in, expand, contract everything to the ground. Expand, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. 2 more, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, if you fall, that's fine. And breathe out. And on the out breath, try and put the right knee behind the right foot and sit on the ground. You could have used your hands, or you could have done it without the hands. That's totally up to you. And then now we are in cow pose, cow face. So just adjust the cow face there. Maybe get a block, and then sit it on the hip that's actually sticky, that's needs the help, or you can just sit completely on the ground. I'm totally off the mat, but that's where the position fell. As I say, you could be adjusting, you could be helping yourself with the block to lift yourself up, or even maybe leaning forward. Just adjust yourself so you're not hurting your knees. Yeah, I have a big stretch of my left hip, which is really nice. My knees are obviously being stressed in a good way, so that's why we do it. And then just, if we're not collapsing, if we've got a free spine, which we do by using the block if you need to, then we can actually just open the chest, straighten your back, and sit proud. This pose was actually later on in the sitting sequence, but I thought it'd be nice to bring it here and make us feel really awkward sitting down from a one-legged stand, and standing from a, now we'll try standing from here. So 2 more breaths. Open your chest, straighten your back. And then we're going to try and see if we can come up as we came down. So left foot is on the ground, and then right knee comes up. If you need to use the ground like I've just done, that's fine. And then from here, we stand up, however way you want, and then we're out of it. Let's do the other side. So that was left foot down. Now is the right foot taking the weight. Standing foot is the right leg. Open the toes. What color is your mat? See if you can tell between each toe. Okay, engage that right leg as we normally do. Left leg forward. Coming back to a forward tilt. Not too conventional, I mean just a basic one. And then open as you breathe in. Close as you breathe out. Expand. Contract. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And notice all the balancing work that's going on as well. Breathe in. 2 more. Breathe out. Breathe in. Coordination. Breathe out. Strength, breathe in. And then on the breathe out, remember, we come all the way down. Knee is kind of the beginning of a curtsy pose here. Knee behind the left foot. And then just see if you can sit. Use your hand if you need to, use the block if you need to sit in our cow pose, cow face pose. Again, adjust so your knees are on top of each other. I highly recommend, if you're feeling really like awkward, then I highly recommend you use your blanket or your block there on the hip that's sticking up. So check that you're actually free, that your spine, that you're not actually supporting the top of the torso with the spine. Yeah, that is actually free. And if that's the case, then you can relax. Again, feel how your hips are opening. It's a hip opener. Well, it's a hip close. If you think about it, the hips are being brought inwards. So it's a hip stretcher, but a hip closer. And then open the chest, straighten the back, close your eyes. And let's have 5 breaths here. And then when it's over, let's see, just as a personal challenge, I mean, it's not to prove anything, it's a personal challenge. See if we can stand up without using anything but the legs. Yeah, my right leg has always been better than my left leg, so this was easier. Coming back to the center, and we're done. Well done. Last balance pose. For this one, I'm gonna need a belt. It's actually basically just the forward stretch of the leg. You know how my arms are very short. No, it's just the belt helps to reach the toes where no other beers reach. Okay, so no, it just I mean, I'll just make a little parenthesis here. I mean, you could actually use, you know, your foot to hold the leg, but look at my spine. I'm all constrained. I'm not really doing this properly because I'm trying to, you know, show that I can hold my toes. If I use a belt, then I can actually straighten my spine, open the chest, and yeah, I cannot reach. So, you know, I'm trying to do the exercise. I'm not trying to prove anything to myself. So, belt if you need, long hands if you have. So let's go. So we're going to put the weight again on the left leg. Engage that leg to actually take the weight. Maybe check again if you can see the mat between your toes. Right knee up. Engage the foot. Straighten the leg. And the reason to use the belt is so that we can now actually open the chest, straighten the spine, straighten the left leg, and hold that for 3. For 2, open the chest, hips tipping forward, well, tipping forward and release. Tipping forward obviously doesn't mean like this, it just means a little tilt, so we don't have this bend here, so a gentle tip. Other side, right foot on the ground, check the color of your mat between the toes, left knee up. Grab those toes or that foot, straighten the leg forward. And the reason I can do this, or I've got that belt, so I can actually open my chest, check my right leg, check the left leg, hand on hip, open the chest, gentle tip of the hip forward. Check the right leg is locked, kneecap locked, 3, 2, and release. Okay, loosen up. And we have one last variation while you take a little break. Have a breath, let me just check. So the last variation is with a twist. We've done this very often and it's lovely. Once you actually get the balance, then we swap hands and then we do this lovely twist. So left side, left foot on the ground, right knee up, grab the foot with the right hand, and then this is the point. Once you found your balance, swap hands. So the left hand is grabbing the right foot, and then here from the tummy, start twisting from the tummy, then the lungs or the ribs, and then the chest, and we twist to the right. And now you can also check again, the chest is open, left leg is strong, 3, 2, twist further, tuck your tummy in, and release everything. The other side. So I get my legs confused sometimes. Good job, I've only got 2 of them. Right foot on the ground. Check the color of your mat between the toes. Left knee up. Engage the foot and lift up. Once you got your balance, Swap hands. And then from the tummy, then the ribs, and then the chest, open to the side. Open the chest, strong standing leg. Squeeze the tummy, 2 and 1. Okay, I see great poses on the screen. I also see some people struggling a little bit, which we all do. So what I forgot to mention today is our friend the wall. Remember, you could have done it like this. Swap hands, and then somehow find the wall to help you. Yeah, just find something to help you if it helps with the practice. And with all that done, that was a great series. Let's go on the ground. And we're going to go to a relaxed Sphinx pose. So this is after all that work on the spine, it's been very compressed and very taut. So now we're going to relax it. So the first one we're going to do is not even a Sphinx. Let's just lie on our tummy. Hands, make a pillow with our hands, and just rest our head on the hands. And then relax the lower back, relax the tummy. Just actively release the lower back area, the hips, the core. We haven't done much, but still the core, and the chest. And once everything is relaxed, then we'll come to a Sphinx. Let's put our elbows like a couple of centimeters ahead of our shoulders so that we can pull ourselves, and we do this Sphinx in a straighten or stretch position. Now, if this doesn't feel, I mean, the back of the back is compressed, the front of the lower back is stretched. That's the point of the exercise. It is a gentle stress to the spine, but make it ever so gentle. Yeah, if it feels too harsh, you can either open your arms out to release the pressure, or come out of it completely. There should be a nice feeling to release the strain of the back. If you don't feel it a lot, then you can lift your knees out, your legs, your feet up, which creates a little bit more sensation there. But for the rest of us, just a standard Sphinx. Let's just breathe the tension away. So close your eyes, breathing in, feeling that breath going down to the lower back, to the hips, if that's what feels that you've got straight. You've got any tensions. Breath. And then on the third breath, hands in front of you, make a little pillow and lie your head on the pillow. Okay, we're going to come back again, and we're going to do half frog, which basically means from the Sphinx position, but it's not a Sphinx position. From this position, we put the right hand in front of our face so that we free up our left hand, lift up the left foot, and maybe here, I should have warned you, if you had a belt and you needed the belt, this is the time to have it handy. If you don't, I'm sorry, you can go and get it. If not, then just grab that foot, if you can reach it, grab that foot and just gently bring the foot, the heel to the bum, to the glute. Would be a half frog here, stretching the quad. While we're in this position, we just take advantage of the moment we're in. 3, 2, a little bit deeper if you can, and release the foot without slapping it. And we swap sides. So the left hand is going to now be in front of my face, the right foot is lifting, and the right hand is going back to grab that foot. Taking the heel towards the glute, and we count to 5, 4, 3, 2, and release gently. Pillow hand, lie down on the pillow. Have a little rest there. And then come back gently, yeah? Just find a nice way to come back without stressing the lower back. Okay, we're gonna sit on our butt. We're gonna make a diamond shape of our legs by putting our soles together, hands on the feet, and then just gently lean forward. See if you can try and do the folding of the lower back first. So, I mean, I could do, if we were to do it properly, we'll actually straighten the back, come forward with a straight back, and then round the spine, around the top of the back. But whichever of the two ways you do, the point is to try and have a folded lower back here, as in like folded hips, I should say, and then just come forward. Is a nice counter pose to the one we did before, so don't pull too hard, just gently leaning forward. And then coming back to center, I'm going to do each side, each leg separately. So left foot to the inside of your right thigh, and then right leg straight, and then we're going to actually try and face that foot. So face the foot and then fold onto it. And again, we try and fold by actually taking the tummy first to the thigh, then the chest towards the knee, and then the forehead towards the foot. So we're folding, lapping over your thigh, yeah? Basically what we're going to do is we don't want to like dive in and just have a top end fold. Yeah, we're folding from the bottom of the spine, and then the rest of the spine. In fact, the spine should be straight. If we were, you know, kind of gymnasts, you'll see that they'll have a straight spine. And then as we force or pull ourselves onto this leg, we count to 3, 2, and 1. Release gently, and we go to the other side. So the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Again, we twist to face that foot, and then start rolling the tummy, the chest, and the head towards that leg. And release. On every out breath, you can go a little bit deeper. Actually, we lost the music, didn't we? Maybe we had it too low. We totally lost the music. 2 and 1, or at least I lost it. Maybe I just got a lot of noise around me. Okay, we're coming fast and furious to the end of the class. So let's just do one last stretch here. So which is lying on your back, left leg is straight, and then we're going to grab the ankle or wherever you can of the right leg, and then bringing it. It's just a nice deep brute stretch here of like a split on the ground. And then I'm going to take this thigh and knee towards my right shoulder as I lift the shoulder up as well. Yeah, so it's just a very, it's not very yoga-like, but I like it because it's when you're warm. Now I'm trying to, I've got my thigh actually impinging on my tummy and my rib. So you need to try and get that thigh outside the tummy and the rib, and then just bring it right towards the shoulder. As I say, it's quite brutish, but it's just nice, a final stretch before the end of the class. Get a nice deep stretch here, and whatever you feel it. So pull, 3, 2, and release that leg. Bringing the other one up. Grab it whatever your body allows. And then just bring, again, rolling the tummy away from the thigh and the rib cage. And then just bring that knee or that thigh towards the left shoulder. Very raw stretch here. 3, 2, and 1. I'm just looking at myself on the screen and it does look pretty brutal. Maybe it's because it's the rugby season. Okay, so stay on your back, lie on your backs. We're finishing now, it's 12 o'clock. So just relax. Do any movements you might need after that big monkey move. Just release anything you need to release. Stay on your back. Relax, just settle. Just spread yourself like a thin butter on a hot toast on the ground. Spread yourself, relax. It's now 12 o'clock. If anybody needs to go and catch that train, thank you very much for joining. Namaste. If anybody wants to stay, you're welcome to stay for 5-10 minutes while we do a guided relaxation. Remember, Wednesdays, 8 o'clock Central European Time, and Sundays 11. Either do it through intonations where I would post, or you can join a WhatsApp group that you can get to through my profile in intonations. Thank you, and let's continue for those who stay. So we're lying on our backs, we're relaxing deeply, we're melting into the ground. We're gonna go and check the big broad parts that might have tension, like the hips, back, the shoulders, the mouth, the tongue, the jaw, the neck. And then we'll start part by part. As I say, just guiding you through the relaxation just has the effect of calming your mind. So that's why it feels so nice. So we're going to take our awareness to our right hand, in particular, the right fingertips, yeah? These are the most sensitive parts. Well, maybe apart from some other very personal one, these are the most sensitive parts of the body's fingertips of the right hand. And then we're going to simultaneously take our awareness to the fingertips of our left hand. So all our 10 fingertips, awareness there. Now some of us might be able to become so deeply aware of this part of the body or any part of the skin to feel the heartbeat, the thumping, the thudding of our bloodstream. Just deep awareness of our fingertips, and then maybe we'll be able to feel deeper some of our body functions, our heart. whether we can feel or we cannot feel this heartbeat in the fingertips. We move the awareness to the palms of both hands. So we're expanding this awareness. And the back of the hands as well, so the full right and left hand awareness. Focus there, feeling the hands, not imagining them or projecting to it, but feeling our right and left hand. Bringing the awareness up the wrists, up the lower arms, elbows, upper arms, and shoulders. Now have full awareness of both arms right up to the shoulders, from the fingertips to the shoulders. Just be aware, just be there. And then we release that all together and we go to our toes. Awareness of our toes, right toes and left toes. Moving the awareness, we're spreading the awareness to the soles of both feet. And then the full feet, right and left foot. Expanding to the ankles. The lower legs. To the knees. Upper legs, thighs, and then finally to the hips. We're now aware of our full legs from toes to hips. Just being aware of them. Release that, we move on to the abdomen, awareness of the abdomen. Up to the rib cage, chest, expanding this awareness, abdomen, rib cage, chest, the whole front, the torso. Then moving around the back to the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back. Awareness of the full torso. Then we release this and we move up to the neck. Awareness of the neck, the back of the neck, big strong muscles, the front of the neck, open area. Expanding the awareness to up the back of the head, the scalp, all the way to the forehead. chin, jaw, ears, full awareness of our face and our head and our neck. And I will start expanding this awareness to the head, shoulders and arms, torso, and hips and legs. Full awareness of our body, our full body. And then at this point we'll take a couple of minutes just to delve in this awareness, this feeling, this joy, and just spend some time with ourselves. Slowly we'll start coming back to the room, back to our Sunday, back to our normal life. So start moving your fingertips, your toes, maybe your arms, maybe have a nice lovely stretch here.